Greetings, team. I believe that you are doing well, and I know that many of you are truly excited pertaining to the price of Bitcoin that is going up. Now, definitely, all right, those of you who are holding Bitcoin or you have actually bought Bitcoin using the DCA method, by now you should actually have already made, I think, massive profit. All right, massive profit. Those of you are hodling, all right. Now, you have made a wise decision, but if you would ask me, right, at this point, the market probably has already topped somewhere around 35,000 here. I'm going to share with you why, right? Why this thing is happening. And also I want you to look forward for what is coming. So at this moment, okay, what you can really do is that probably you can actually swap. All right, swap your BTC. All right, you can swap it and hold some of that into USDT. So probably you may want to do 20% of your BTC or 50% of your BTC. This is truly up to you. Okay, I am not going to give you any advice on this, but the wisest thing to do is to hold at least, all right, 50% in BTC and 50% in USDT. All right, so I'm going to explain to you why. Right now, those of you who have actually done the DCA, probably you have done when the Bitcoin price was at the lowest price, and then you might have added your Bitcoin, okay, as the price is going up, and now you are at the peak, okay, at the peak where you can see that you might have already made, okay, I would say a very, very reasonable profit by now. So what you can do, take that profit and convert it into USDT, all right, because you're going to probably have another big opportunity to accumulate, all right, to actually earn more BTC. Okay, I'm going to show you how you can do that. But before that, okay, I'm going to reveal to you a revelation that is going to surprise many of you. And if you would have followed my some of the videos that I've shared previously in the YouTube, I think sometime last year around here, I did mention to you two scenarios that is going to take place. One is that Bitcoin will go up, all right, and will go up. And the first thing that Bitcoin will do is to actually fill the gap that was created sometime 9th of May 2022. Can you just imagine? This was in May, and currently we are in October. All right, we are in October. So that is about 1 year plus. Okay, just 1 year plus. All right, we just fill up this gap. All right, so you can see, okay, the probability of what I mentioned in that video is that first we might go up and fill up this gap, and thereafter we might come down to fill up the rest of the CME gap. Can you see that? So you have to be very, very careful at this moment, okay? But what I'm trying to say is this, that you may be thinking, sometimes we may be thinking that, it is almost impossible to fill the gap, and what is so important about the CME gap? But as I mentioned to you, right, later or sooner, okay, the gap will be actually filled up. Okay, ultimately it will be filled up. So if the gap currently already, as the market goes up and the gap is now already been filled up, now what you can expect is that we could expect for correction. Now, please understand, for Bitcoin to go up all the way without correction, it is completely unhealthy. All right, and this is, if it goes up all the way, then definitely that has to do with the manipulation. But I also want you to be able to see that the reason why the price has gone up is because of this news that was just released this morning. All right, so we had this news where BlackRock could sit spot Bitcoin ETF by the end of October, which is just around the corner. And this is basically, okay, creating the FOMO, and people are just FOMOing in because of what they are actually reading and the news that is hyping about this ETF. But nevertheless, right, Nevertheless, what is really happening in the Bitcoin space is good, all right. But as you know, personally, I am not really in favor of institution coming into the picture and providing ETF and this kind of security related services and so on, because now you can see. Right now you can see that the institution will have an upper hand, and they're going to basically control the movement of Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin. And it may not be really good, okay? It may not be really good for people, retail such as you and me. Now, the only way that you can actually play this strategy, as I mentioned to you many times, okay, don't just hodl Bitcoin. All right, don't just hodl Bitcoin. The strategy has shifted. So you need to hold at least 50% of Bitcoin and 50% of USDT, which is the stable coin. So make sure you do that, because the institution is going to pump the price and they're going to dump the price, and they will do this in order to take many of the retail players out of the market, because they are looking for Bitcoin. Okay, so please understand, as BlackRock, as Wellgreen, as ARK Invest, as all these big institutions that are coming into, they are going to purchase Bitcoin. All right, so they're going to stock up Bitcoin, they're going to hold Bitcoin. All right, MicroStrategy, look at them. All right, they are holding Bitcoin. So that simply means that the people who has the biggest chunk of Bitcoin are going to basically manipulate and control the market. So you as a retail, okay, we are considered as a retail player here, so you must leverage, okay, on this big institution. So that is the reason why I mentioned to you that as the price now already moved towards this 35 level, you need to be smart. All right, you need to be smart, so you must know exactly what to do. Right now, at this point, definitely, okay, I don't think so. Even if you are a trader, you may not really want to buy at this major resistance point. All right, you may not really want to buy at this major resistance point. You may want to wait for correction if you're going to buy. All right, if you are trading, especially if you are trading, all right, you may want to wait for the major correction to take place. But what I really want you to understand is this. Now, we have actually hit the targeted level and we have actually failed this CME. So that simply means this CME is now already invalidated. Okay, it is already invalidated. So the only gap we have now is coming down. All right, so we have this gap whereby this was just created this week at around 29,500, and next we have the 20,500 gap, and next we have the 10,000 CME gap. Now, the similar thought pattern here, right? Everyone say it was not easy for Bitcoin to go up there and fill up this gap. Now, the same thing people will feel now and say that, oh, I don't think so. It is now a bull market, and because of that, we will not be able to come down and take out this CME gap. Now, you will be surprised if Bitcoin does that. All right, and many people, okay, and many investors or many buyers are going to be taken by surprise if they actually neglect or if they actually ignore, all right, this CME gap that we have at this level. All right, so please take note. And normally, okay, if you look at the halving is just in April, all right, April 2024, and normally, all right, 2 to 3 months before the halving, we could see a major dump. All right, we could see a major dump. So this is something that I'm expecting to take place. We could see a major dump, all right, before we move into that halving, into this halving year. All right, and then we can see price actually moving upside for the next probably 9 to 12 months. We could see the price actually moving up. So this could probably be another biggest opportunity if the price dumped all the way down. This could be a biggest opportunity for any one of us, all right, to acquire Bitcoin and get ready for the bull run, all right, that is approaching very, very soon. We are not that far away, all right? We are not that far away. We are basically just probably about 4 months, all right? This is already October. So we got November, December, January, February, March. We're just around 5 months, okay? Just around 5 months before the 2024 halving that is approaching, right? Now, this halving can be completely different than what we have seen before, because please understand that in this halving, it is no longer retail. It is now the institutions are playing the game. So the whole scenario may change, all right? It may not be the same because the whole environment is actually already changing. All right, so you have to take precaution of this. And also 2024 can be a major significant year. 2024 up to 25, we could actually see major economic crisis taking place. All right, we could see a financial crisis. We could see a lot of the currency will start to fail. So you have to take note, okay, on the conventional currencies, okay, or conventional such as stocks, indices, and so on, the conventional economic are facing greater challenge at this moment during this period. All right, so while this challenge is taking place, you must be smart, okay, you must be smart to acquire safe assets such as gold, Bitcoin, silver, or whatever, so right. But it is advisable to avoid to get into properties, to get into to get into credits and all the loans, mortgages, and so on. So you have to avoid. All right, you have to avoid all these things at this moment and just wait. Okay, just wait to cash out your money, because cash is going to be king. So this is a biggest opportunity that is coming along our way. But this is the biggest surprise that I want to reveal to you, that finally, all right, we have actually filled the gap at 35,000. I never expected that this would happen, but the spike was just too aggressive. No one expected a $3,000 to $4,000 spike, just within like few seconds. Okay, just within few seconds. No one really thought that this could happen. And even if you are a trader and you thought that you have actually bought down, you can get liquidated. I think the liquidation would have been in millions. Many traders would have actually lost their money, and definitely when there is a loser, there will be always a winner too. Many people would have even made a lot of money because people were already anticipating for Bitcoin to actually move upside. But will this upside continue? All right, this is something that we need to look at it, okay, because if we look if we see the previous pattern, okay, we have a lot of confluence along this range of 35,000. So I'm thinking that Bitcoin might actually perform some kind of correction before we could see the market begin to pump or correct it. Okay, so please watch the CME, okay, that is coming down here. And people ask me, are you still bullish? Yes, I am definitely bullish. I am a pro Bitcoin. I am definitely bullish, but we also have to respect, all right, respect the gaps, respect some of these indicators. We need to know what is really happening, because sometimes a lot of these things can be just a manipulation by certain group of people, certain institution, because they want to get everybody to buy up, and then they're going to wreck all of them. So you have to be very, very careful at this moment, okay? So if you are hodling, then I would advise, make sure, okay, don't go all in. Don't go all in. So if you have a $10,000 and you want to buy Bitcoin, don't buy $10,000 at this level. So you may want to buy $2,000. Probably you divide by 5. All right, do it this year, $2,000, and then when the price comes down, another 2,000. When the price comes down, another 2,000. When the price comes down, another 2,000. Can you see that? So in this manner, you can average your price and you can actually reduce your losses. All right. So this is one way that you need to think how to perform this year. All right. So I hope, all right, this information or this insight will be really helpful. But those of you who have been following me and you are trading with me, I believe, okay, you can recall back, okay, I think months back when I created that video, I told you that there's going to be two kind of potential here. One, the market can go up and fill the gap, and then we can see market comes down, or it can go down to 10,000, fill the gap, and then it can go up and then it can go up, okay? But we are seeing that the first suggestion actually is working out here. All right, so you have to be very careful, okay? So be cautious, be attentive to what the market is happening, all right? Because a lot of things now is driven by the news, all right, the hype that is taking place in the news. But if you ask me, is the price already factored in for the ETF? I believe so. All right, the price already factored in for ETF around 35,000. If it goes, it can go probably, all right, at around 40,000, and then we could see a major correction coming our way. All right, so I hope this is helpful. God bless each and every one of you. We will catch up once again in the next video. God bless you all.